Mark Carney needs friends to keep his government afloat. Mark Carney just became Prime Minister, and he's already swiping right on every political party in Parliament. No, seriously, Canada's newest PM is out here acting like he's on LinkedIn desperately sending connection requests, except instead of let's synergize, it's please don't vote me out. Welcome back to Canada Bulletin, where we break down the chaos so you don't have to. And folks, today's chaos? Chef's kiss, pure political survival mode. So here's the deal. Mark Carney, former Bank of Canada governor, former Bank of England governor, the guy who literally managed currencies for a living, is now managing something way more volatile, a minority government. And let me tell you, balancing a federal budget is nothing compared to balancing the egos of every political party in the House of Commons. Today, we're diving into why Carney's biggest priority isn't trade deals or economic policy. It's finding friends. Political friends. The kind who won't stab you in the back during a confidence vote. Let's get into it. All right, let's set the stage. Mark Carney just took the big chair, and his government is what we call a minority government. For those who slept through civics class, that means his party doesn't have enough seats to pass legislation on their own. They need backup. They need allies. They need friends. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't he out there making trade deals and shaking hands with world leaders? Yes, absolutely. The man's LinkedIn is popping off right now. But here's the thing. International partnerships don't help you pass a budget bill. They don't stop the opposition from calling a non-confidence vote and sending you packing faster than you can say prorogation. Think of it like this. Carney's building a house of cards, but instead of cards, it's political favors. And instead of a table, it's the tilted, chaotic floor of Canadian Parliament. One wrong move, one party pulls their support, and boom, election time, baby. Again. But wait, it gets juicier. Because the friends Carney needs? They're not exactly the easiest people to get along with. So who exactly is Carney courting? Well, let's break down the dating pool, the political landscape. First up, we've got the NDP, the New Democrats. These folks are like that friend who'll help you move, but only if you help them paint their entire apartment first. They want progressive policies, climate action, healthcare funding, the whole 9 yards. Carney needs them. But keeping them happy means constantly proving he's not just another corporate-friendly centrist. No pressure. Then there's the Bloc Québécois. Oh, the Bloc. Quebec's forever wingman in federal politics. They'll support you, as long as you give Quebec literally everything it wants. More autonomy, more funding, more recognition, more cheese curds. Okay, I made that last one up, but you get the point. They're not loyal to any federal government. They're loyal to Quebec. Period. And let's not forget the smaller parties and independents floating around. These wild cards can be the difference between passing a bill and political embarrassment. They're like that one friend who says, I'm down for whatever, but then vetoes every single restaurant suggestion. So Carney's basically herding cats. Political cats, with their own agendas, while riding a unicycle, on fire. Let's talk about what happens if he can't keep them all happy. Here's where things get spicy. If Carney can't maintain these friendships, his government falls. Not stumbles, not struggles, falls. Like pack your office boxes and update your resume falls. In a minority government, the opposition parties can trigger a vote of non-confidence. If they win that vote, the government is dissolved and we're all heading back to the polls. Canadians would have to vote. Again, we literally just did this. Our collective voter fatigue is at an all-time high. But it's not just about staying in power. Carney's got an agenda. He wants to pass legislation, implement policies, actually do things. But every single bill needs approval. Every budget needs support. Every major decision requires negotiation, compromise, and probably some late-night phone calls that start with, hey, I know it's 2 a.m., but hear me out. This is why international trade deals, while important, aren't his main concern right now. You can sign all the agreements you want with Europe, Asia, and Wakanda for all I care. If you can't pass a confidence vote at home, none of it matters. But here's the million-dollar question. Can Carney actually pull this off? Let's be real. Mark Carney is not a career politician. The guy spent his life in central banking, not glad-handing at fundraisers. He understands monetary policy, global finance, interest rates that make your mortgage weep, But navigating the messy, dramatic, ego-driven world of Parliament? That's a different skill set. On one hand, his outsider status could be an advantage. He's not tied to decades of political baggage. He doesn't have a history of broken promises haunting him at every press conference. He's got that fresh start energy. On the other hand, he's got zero political capital built up. No long-standing relationships. No favors to call in. He's starting from scratch in a game where everyone else has been playing for years. It's like showing up to a Dungeons & Dragons campaign at level 1 when everyone else is level 15. Sure, you've got potential, but you're going to need a lot of help not to die immediately. And the opposition? Oh, they smell blood in the water. They know he's vulnerable. Every question period is a battle. Every vote is a test. They're not just trying to defeat his policies. They're trying to defeat him. So what's the strategy? How does Carney keep this coalition from imploding? If Carney wants to survive, he needs to become the best political negotiator since the last minority government leader who didn't immediately collapse. Here's the playbook. 1 asterisk, give a little to everyone, but not too much to anyone. The NDP gets some progressive wins. The Bloc gets Quebec concessions. Independents get their pet projects considered. It's like being a parent dividing Halloween candy. Everyone needs to feel like they got something good. 2 asterisk, pick your battles. Not every hill is worth dying on. Some policies can wait. Some fights aren't worth the political capital. Save your energy for the big stuff. 3 asterisk, keep the opposition divided. If they all unite against you, game over. But if they're busy fighting each other, that's breathing room. A little chaos can be your friend. Ironic, considering the whole needs friends thing. For asterisk, communicate constantly. Phone calls, meetings, coffee chats, whatever it takes. Keep the lines open. Make everyone feel heard, even when you can't give them what they want. It's exhausting just thinking about it. But that's minority government life, baby. So where does this leave Canada? Look, Mark Carney might be a brilliant economist,